and it states in Article 22, Section 1, that the diplomatic premises of an embassy are inviolable. Full stop. Are inviolable. You cannot invade the embassy of another country. As Tariq rightly said, there were times when I sheltered Uzbek dissidents from their government within the confines of the British Embassy in Uzbekistan. Even during the height of the tensions of the Cold War, the opposing parties never entered each other's embassies to abduct a dissident. The fact that William Hague now openly threatens the Ecuadorians with the invasion of their sovereign premises is one further example of the total abandonment of the very concept of international law by the neoconservative juntas that are currently ruling the former Western democracies. I quoted the Vienna Convention to you. The law that applies within the Embassy of Ecuador is the law of Ecuador. When I served for over 20 years as a British diplomat, if I'd ever murdered my ambassador in the embassy, and there were times I was tempted, that would have been prosecuted under UK law, and it would have been these gentlemen from the Metropolitan Police who would have come out to the British Embassy to investigate the crime that had taken place on British soil. And I tell you this, in international law and in Ecuadorian law, whatever British domestic legislation may say, if the Metropolitan Police enter the premises of the Ecuadorian embassy, they are subject to Ecuadorian law and they are committing a crime under Ecuadorian law for which those individual policemen are quite rightly liable to prosecution. More than ever to protect the rights of all of us. We have heard of the areas where WikiLeaks have been active, not only the prosecution of illegal war in Iraq, but the revealing of individual war crimes carried out within that war. The targeting of people for assassination throughout the world and the collusion of governments of different stripes in that targeting. The torture and rendition of individuals. Now consider this. I blew the whistle on torture and extraordinary rendition and the collusion of the CIA and MI6. I was, in consequence, immediately charged with extortion for sexual purposes in blackmailing people into sex in exchange for British visas. It took me 1.5 years to clear my name of those charges because they routinely charge and try to blame and fit up whistleblowers, and that is what is happening to Julian Assange, just as it happened to me.